Welcome to Buan Consulting's demonstration of Salesforce.com for government contractors. This is meant to be a very quick demonstration of how somebody would use Salesforce.com from a government contractor scenario. The challenge with selling in the government contracting world is that government contracting is all about relationships. Salesforce helps you remember all the important activities that go along with selling to the government. The challenge here is that these types of relationships can span several months and even years because RFPs take up that much time to procure. If you're a typical government contractor, spreadsheets are usually the first place to start. This is a nice and easy way to capture opportunity information. The problem with spreadsheets is that you can only capture opportunity information, not important information about the relationships. The other challenge is that with the business development managers, there is a lot of turnover. And with turnover, the information about these relationships leaves the door. Really, that information blocks the company and not the business development manager. So, let's go to the demo. What you see here is a typical personal dashboard or a person logging in this case, George Stevenson. Across the top, you see usual tab navigation that you would see in any web application. On the left side is a Google search where you can get access to all of your information and also a recent items section that you can click to. It's a shortcut to any information that you have been working on recently. The main part of the screen is the bottom right part of the screen. Here you see a dashboard with some very important information. The first part is the top opportunities you have, the name and the amount. We're going to talk about these a little later. You can click right into the report right from this dashboard. There's a company performance year to date and a pipeline report in the right column. When you scroll down, we have two other main sections, the calendar and My Tasks. This is what helps the business development manager organize their day and priority. The calendar and set of tasks are fully capable of synchronizing with major Office products such as Outlook. So as you can see today, I have a couple of meetings that I need to tend to, and I also need to follow up on an item here for John Smith, which we'll talk about a little later. Let's go to the top. Remember how I mentioned I could click into any dashboard and it goes right into the report? Let's do that now. I want to take a look at this one opportunity from the Air Force called NetSense 2. As you can see, there are three opportunities in this report that is basic information, and when I click on the opportunity name, it goes straight into the opportunity detail. Here's some of the information on this particular opportunity. You'll notice at the top here I have these quick shortcuts. I can see who's on my sales team. In this case, I have a business development manager and a capture manager listed. I can also see what is bid for my GSA schedule, the number of hours, and the rates. I can also see and open activities that are occurring with this opportunity and what's happened in the past as well. There's a section for catching notes, in this case, a PowerPoint. It could be an RFP or a proposal. I also have a list of all the customers we have been touching for this opportunity. The other part here shows that we have partners. We're teaming with IBM, some budgeting information on the RFI, and also a list of our competitors with both their strengths and weaknesses listed. In the other section, we have opportunity detail. We have the opportunity owner, name of the opportunity, what account we're talking about, and how we heard about this. In this case, a user conference. Next step is the red team review, and in the right column we have important information such as the amount of the opportunity, type of opportunity, and some information about the odds of winning this opportunity. Now, as we scroll down, there's some other interesting information. We have a section here for budgeting, which is fully customizable for bid and proposal money with the various gates. This gives us an idea of how much money we spend going after this opportunity and how much money we have left to spend, if we're over or under budget, and whether or not we should probably go after it. There's also a section here that is very simplistic. In this situation, that can be customized to your liking for scoring of an opportunity. This can help with any kind of bid, no bid process. You have weighted scales for whatever formula you have for weighting the bid rating. And down below, there's a section for information coming from federal database, such as Fed sources or input. All the major databases are supported. So, if you have a subscription for Defense Forces, for instance, you can log in. You can do a search on a keyword, identify the opportunities you're interested in, and select them at that point in time. Those will come into Salesforce as an opportunity, and you no longer have to do any more data entry, because whenever it's updated in Fed sources, it will also be updated in Salesforce automatically. All that information in one place at your fingertips. Remember when we went to the personal dashboard and there was an item here that said, "Follow up with John Smith"? This is interesting, but I want to find out if there's anything going on at the Air Force before I give him a ring. So when I click on the account information, I can see here that I have 4 cases open. It states that I need to increase the scope. It also says I have 1,500 more hours for additional tasking. So what I'm going to do is go back to that opportunity by clicking on my recent items, and I'm going to change the information on the opportunity, it said, to add 1,500 hours. So I'm going to add these hours and hit Save. What you'll see is the amount changed from 1.2 to 1.3 M. Now, I'm ready to contact John Smith. You'll see in the dashboard this information is dynamic. The other thing I wanted to show you is something called content. Have you ever had a problem trying to locate the right proposal template that you've been using and have been very successful? In Salesforce, you have a built-in content management system called Content. If you wanted to search for, let's say, anything having to do with Salesforce.com, I can do a search, a full text search, and I get every document here that has that word in it. If I only want to see the proposals that have it, I can click on and filter on Proposal. If I only want to see the resumes, I can click on Resumes, and it immediately shows me these resumes. So you can see how very quickly I can find information that I need. I can share this, I can have versions before this, and I can even share this with people outside of the organization by giving them a link. In one situation, we had a client who had to send large emails to their business development capture manager. And it was very expensive because they would have to print all of this and FedEx it because their email system couldn't handle the large file. Lastly, let's talk about Chatter. Chatter is a collaborative tool within Salesforce that comes standard. You can turn it on and turn it off. You have the ability to share files, hyperlinks, do polls, anything, and share status information internally. You can also invite your coworkers to use the chatter-free functionality. So instead of having to buy licenses for everyone in your organization who only want to participate collaboratively, you can invite them using a chatter-free license. So they could actually share information back and forth. And individuals can comment on that and share information throughout your organization. In addition, having Chatter being something where you can collaborate using statuses, it also allows the metadata within your system to talk to you as well. So whenever you change specific information within the system, it will show up in the feed at the top of those documents and records. And if you're following them, you might see that as well on your home page. So, in review, Salesforce.com captures all the information about important relationships in regard to government contracting. It also captures information in regards to key performance information for the company. In this way, you'll have the capability of increasing revenues by going after more opportunities, cross-selling, and organizing your business development entries, and also perhaps increase your revenues and win ratio at the same time. Thank you for viewing our short government contracts demo that is powered by Salesforce. If you have any questions, please contact Buan Consulting at 410-263-2707, or you can visit Buan Consulting at www.buanconsulting.com.